So what is going on, everybody? My name is Mehul and welcome to your 6th Angular tutorial, in which I'm going to cover a little about events in Angular, and pretty much that's some basic stuff which we always do, no matter what framework, like covering on click and on mouse enter, on mouse move, and all that stuff, right? So to declare events, what I'm going to do is make use of this directive only, so that we can pretty much set a directive on any element, and then that element would get all those events which we will define for this particular directive. So let's get started. Well, we already have our directive, this blue colored setup inside our app component HTML file. All right. So if we navigate to our directive file here, what we can do is we can make use of something known as host listener. Right, so host listener is something provided by Angular itself so that you can actually listen to what happens to the DOM element on which your directive lives, right? Now, to define an event, how would you do that is write something like host listener, listener, and again, you can just say this is your on click, for instance, and then we can say that do something. And what we are going to do is we're going to say anything like alert, it works. And again, we're going to make use of import, so that host listener, there we go. And if you take a look in the browser, you can see if I click on this, this should be actually just click, not on click. So if I click on this, you can see that we get an alert. It works, right? And again, this is something ES7 stuff going on here. You do not need to worry a lot about this. You can just go ahead and read about ES7 decorators and you would probably get that. But more or less, if I explain you what's going on here, is that these decorators, this decorator right here is actually redefining this do something function by adding some more value to it, right? And value in the sense that, on its own, this do something is just a private function of this class blue color directive, right? But this host listener clicks behind the scenes bind this do something to the click event of the directive on which of the DOM element on which this directive is used, right? So yeah, this is all ES7 stuff. So we do not need to worry a lot about this because it is not strictly related to Angular right now. Then again, there are a lot of other functions like mouse enter and mouse leave, and I'm just gonna console log because it's gonna then flood me with alerts. Mouse just entered. And you can again create another host listener and say on mouse leave, do something else, and mouse just left the element. And if you take a look, mouse entered, left, enter, left. Oh, actually it would just alert once for mouse enter. So you can create like a mouse move, and again something else. You can just name these functions anything you like. It's not necessary. So you can see that we get all these events call here, right? So that is how pretty much you create events using host listener and bind them to directives actually. So that's all for this tutorial, and if you liked it, then don't forget to subscribe, and thank you for watching. And in the next tutorial we're going to cover some more interesting stuff about Angular.